Now, here are 5 things that you can do in terms of making a decision on whether or not this is going to be the best decision for you. Number 1, I would really research a lot of career paths that you can do with having a bachelor's in psychology, having a master's in psychology, and also having a doctorate in psychology. Weigh out the pros and cons of bachelor's, master's, as well as the doctorate. Then I would talk to professionals. And so if there are any professionals that you What is up, fam? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Phil Sarpon. This is Phil's Guide to PsyD. This channel is dedicated to all things psychology, wellness, and graduate school. Today we're going to be talking about whether or not to get a psychology degree in undergrad. If you are looking to go to college or you already are in college right now, it is becoming a lot more highly debated on the value and the use of a psychology degree. But I will say, in terms of a psychology degree, most graduate schools are not requiring their applicants to have a psychology degree. And because of that, that means that the burden falls on you in terms of figuring out whether or not a psychology degree for you is worth it. Now, the first thing that I want to talk about is there may be some notable reasons to go into having a psychology degree. Number 1, you might have a really big passion for psychology. You may be really interested in psychology. You may really just have a personal preference for psychology, which is great. And that might be a really good reason for you to want to pursue a psychology degree. The other thing about having a psychology degree is that there's a diverse array of options available. Having a psychology degree, it does put you in a good place where after college, you can navigate towards multiple different aspects of careers and go into whatever you want to specialize. And so it's a good basic degree, I would say, overall, of having if you're not exactly sure what you want to specifically do in the future. And going along with that is that it does set the foundation for preparing you for master's level therapist positions, doctoral level therapy positions, or even other fields that aren't necessarily related to therapy. It could be in law, it could be in engineering, it could be in business. And so there's multiple ways of aspects of careers that you can go into with just having a psychology degree. Now, here are some considerations and challenges with having a psychology degree that you should be very well aware of. The first thing is that you may require an advanced degree after your bachelor's degree. So after getting a psychology degree, there may be a lot of job positions that actually require you to have an advanced level master's degree on top of your bachelor's degree. Now, if you just have a psychology degree and you want to go into entry-level positions, there are plenty of entry-level positions out there. I would say the 2 things to really consider if you're going to have a psychology degree is, number 1, what do you want to do with that degree? Because once you figure out what exactly you want to do, you can therefore determine exactly how to place your steps in motion into getting to that point, from point A to point B. The other thing that you should really consider is the financial burden of graduate school and doctoral level programs. And so if you do decide that you want more schooling after a bachelor's degree, perhaps a master's or a doctoral degree, you definitely need to weigh in the pros and cons of either taking out more student loans or some of the financial burdens that you'll have to face in terms of paying off tuition for master's and doctoral level degrees. Now, here are 5 things that you can do in terms of making a decision on whether or not this is going to be the best decision for you. Number 1, I would really research a lot of career paths that you can do with having a bachelor's in psychology, having a master's in psychology, and also having a doctorate in psychology. Weigh out the pros and cons of bachelor's, master's, as well as the doctorate. Then I would talk to professionals. And so if there are any professionals that you may want to go into, any types of fields that you may want to pursue, I would shadow those professionals, email them, call them, see how they live their lives in terms of their professional career, ask them lots of different questions. Third thing that I would do is that I would consider your long-term goals, right? What do you want to do 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now? If that is going to require a master's or an advanced level degree, then that might be something that you should look into right away rather than waiting up to that point. One of the things that have helped students a lot is actually gaining experience through internships. You might find a lot of summer programs that will give internships to psychology students and expose them to a lot of different types of careers, whether it's law, whether it's medicine, whether it's business, or whether it's even in clinical psychology. And of course, the last thing is that you can always speak to some academic advisors in terms of seeing whether or not they have some general advice that they can give you in terms of making a decision for yourself. My best piece of advice is to have an open mind, stay consistent and open in terms of the possibilities that are out there for you in the future, and as much as you can, try and figure out the end road where you want to be and then work backwards in terms of making the actual steps to get from point A to point B to point C and so forth. All right, so that is the best piece of advice that I have to offer. Hopefully it is helpful. If you have any questions, definitely put it down in the comment section below. If you have not already, please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next video.